What the fuck?
Was that the server that was shut down?
I think so.
Oh my
I
god!
wonder why.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, it killed me. That killed me.
Yeah, so remember, kids,
Don't
moderate
take that.
your amount of rolls, but at least try and keep them somewhat relevant.
Don't
Yeah,
be a race trader.
Yeah, don't be. Just try not to be racist.
I mean, it's pretty easy.
You know, monitor your Discord server and just don't be a race trader.
Fuck's sake.
Oh my god.
Just
Oh
don't be
my
a race
god.
trader.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh god, I'm gonna scroll my ass up to where I left those
Yeah.
notes on what I was gonna do.
Yeah.
Just so you know, I am streaming. So,
Oh boy.
Please do not say fuck all bugger.
yeah. So just don't be too spicy.
Okay, so
Okay.
that's what I was gonna do this session.
I'll put away the sriracha.
There's only one spice, and it's just me.
Black spice.
God.
I'll put away my ghost jalapenos then.
God damn it.
You better. There's only one spice in this town. It's me. Nobody else.
Spicy boy.
I mean, I had spicy cheese for dinner, so
Stop making me hungry. I've got to eat digestives to tide myself over.
Spicy cheese.
Billy.
Yeah.
no, really, it was sort of like a Mexican cheese mix thing. It was really good, but man, it had a bite.
Joko,
we call that
please, I'm
queso.
hunger.
You know, I had a cheese that had ghost peppers in it. It's fucking good, but eat that in moderation. 'Cause you don't want
So
to-
before we get too much into food, shall we begin?
Yes. Shall
I
we
am
begin?
staving off hunger.
Are we
Oh,
all...
yeah, a forewarning.
Yep.
If I have to go in like 10 minutes or something, it'll only be for a minute just to get
Alright.
some food.
Okay.
Because it's getting delivered, so.
No worries then.
Yep. Alright.
Alright.
Give me that recap.
Alright. Let me just start recording here for a second to see. 3, 2, 1. As I begin recording. So, you all began last session by going your separate ways out around town, an opportunity to get a few errands done. Vellum went about his way outside of the city gates to do some forging with some very excited onlookers, having been drawn to from your last attempt at forging Balthazar's armor with your natural 20s here and there. Now, apparently Vladimir had learned a new spell, a teleportation circle. You also discovered that somehow the egg was able to siphon and absorb magic from the circle. It seems as though there's more undiscovered traits to Astria's egg than initially expected. Aja went to the Dune Hollow tramway to disguise himself as a beggar in hopes of gathering some information, and eventually met with the arrival of a Lord Inquisitor from the Commonwealth, Lord Inquisitor Faustino of the Papal Church of Emon. Some coded discussion was had before you made your way to meet with the rest of your allies before entering into the throne room to meet with the Mayland Council itself. Upon arrival, you saw a plethora of the nation's leaders and significant figures expecting your arrival, that being Matron Brayla Dale, Thane of the Kinston Council, Darian Rainsley, Lord Baron of Anzamorth, Abigail Laessa, accompanied by Agent Hayden Shawn and Captain Nora Thorne, familiar to most of you. Also, Saris Talonwood, the Lord of Cliffspire, and numerous kings and queens of the other Dwarven Halls. These being Khazad Runemaker, the King of Druvenholm, Mara Freefeather, Queen of Farrenholm, Thrain Deepforger, King of Carin Moor, and Baram Hearthide, King of Mountainholm. It was a tense meeting with many things discussed about how the Black Hand played vital roles in the defence of the eastern holds of Mayland, punctuated insistently by Aj's myriad pieces of evidence gathered from across the region of many months, shining doubt upon the Mayland's the leadership of Mayland's effectiveness to defend their own lands. Information was brought to light by Hrathgar Whitefang at the meeting regarding the suspected resurrection of the infamous Crothis by, supposedly, Balthazar. There were mentions of investigations, and if Balthazar was found to be the culprit, he would be stripped of his membership within the keep, and also Liska was promoted to a Grand Huntress, enabling her unofficial leadership of the Doonhollow arm of the Hunter's Keep in Hrathgar's absence. There was also made mention of Siren's brazen display of necromancy, parading Balthazar's corpse through Doonhollow, and outrage ensued, to which Saris admitted to giving the Black Hand part of the mine and the manor. There was mentions of the blatant breaking of the Ironsgate Accord. Ultimately, it was decided through a number of persuasion checks that these issues would be investigated with the aid of a High Chalice Inquisition from the Commonwealth, and some hefty objections by many in the council that the Commonwealth would provide additional forces to supplement Mayland's new coming security measures. The offer to join the Mayland Security Council was given to your group, of which Vellum, Grunker and Liska accepted, with Saryun needing some time to decide. This would grant all three of them access to the Nexus, a teleportation grid between most major capitals across the world, and diplomatic status in Mayland. Likewise, Arngrim and Zerth received the Royal Seal of the Silver Kingdom for their efforts against the attack on Doonhollow, which likewise gave them similar benefits. Zerth was offered a favour from the king himself, and Arngrim specifically was given the title of Mounted Guard and the offer of working with a one Dane. I've forgotten the name already. Dengar Runewall, that's it. A renowned runesmith who's one of the few allowed to forge at the Doonheart Forge, the centre of religious worship in Doonhollow. And all that given by the High King. As the meeting adjourned, Arngrim reunited with his long-absent allies, along with some newer faces. With that, Arngrim, Grunker and Saryun made their way out of the palace to allow Arngrim to cook them a good meal, while Liska and Vellum stayed behind in the palace, and that is where we left off. So, what would everyone like to do?
Well, I believe since Vellum, after the meeting, with a particular goal in mind, you already know what he's doing.
Alright.
I don't know if people want to get their business out of the way first, because I don't know how long this is going to go on for.
Sorry, I was...
I think about 4 hours is usually how long we go.
No, I mean...
I know, I'm just saying you have time to do something, man.
It's alright, I'm being paranoid about pushing into other people's time again, so I'm going to shush my face and do what I was going to do. So, Jainer. Vellum would have gone after... Sorry, getting the notes up here. Mara.
Alright.
As she was the sort of, for lack of a better term, matriarch of the holdouts.
Indeed. So, you do catch Mara as she's kind of leaving the palace, not quite following the rest of your group, but some ways after, along with a couple of the others. This would be mainly Khazad Runemaker, the King of Dragonholm. She's talking to him with an entourage of security of mountain guards along her side. She does catch your glance.
He will respectfully wait until her conversation has concluded, because not a rude person. And presumably, eventually, it does. Yes.
Yes. Khazad Runemaker begins to make his way around towards the Sapphire District, probably back towards the Nexus. Mara looks towards you as you approach. Oh, it's you. What do you want?
Well, if I may, I was hoping to speak with you, possibly by your rounds. It seems like you might need it after that whole affair.
The whole affair has been frustrating, I might add. I'm about to go drown my sorrows in a nearby tavern somewhere.
Might those drinks be on me? Admittedly, I did hope to learn a bit more about your home. You seem very patriotic, and who better to get that kind of information from? I'm recent to Mayland. After all, I've only been here something of a month, maybe 2.
She gives you a look. She wasn't expecting this offer. She kind of slims her stern eyes towards you and says, "All right, if you're offering."
Seems only polite. And he is going to, he is being like proper given her status, but he's also trying to be friendly at the same, like a juggling act.
All right. Come, I know a favorite place of mine in the Bronze Quarter. With that, she and her entourage begin leading you down towards the Bronze Quarter, near towards the center of the city.
I'll be mindful to keep a respectable distance.
Yeah. Eventually, you're led to what looks like it's not so much a sort of high upper class tavern or inn. It's more you can definitely tell this is more of a working place, more of a working class type establishment. The
Very
place,
down to it.
Yeah. You can see a number of faces surprised at Mara's presence here. As she walks into the establishment, the tavern just goes quiet.
Certainly has a presence.
Oh yes.
Well, heading over to the bar.
Whatever you can recommend for ale, and whatever the good lady here wants is on me.
Mara calls out to you. I'll have a round of fire brews on my entourage here and me.
I'm gonna just turn to the bartender. Well, you heard her.
The barkeep nods, takes I'll say like a couple silver.
Okay.
Eventually coming back with a round of about five steins of fire brew ale. And with that,
how many of the entourage are they? Just out of curiosity.
There's four mountain guards, presumably Farrenholm mountain guards. You can see in place of the sort of patriotic rams that you'd normally see on their chest and their shoulders, you instead see the visages of eagles.
You enjoy a little detail. Okay. I don't know if I need to make a roll for this, but based on, like, you know, dwarves being stout drinkers, I was considering getting the same drink, but I don't know if that would knock me on my ass. So, can I try and gauge the strength of the alcohol based on the sorts of people drinking?
Go ahead and make an insight check on her and her entourage.
Because I figure they're sturdy folk.
20. While they are dwarves, this doesn't seem like the sort of drink you get in like a late night drinking hour. This seems like sort of mild everyday alcohol, but that's something that's a bit different for dwarves than it is for other folk, as dwarves have very hardy livers.
Yeah, mild for a dwarf. Yeah, fuck it, I can handle mild for a dwarf. I'll get one as well.
Alright.
And join her at whatever table she... Look, this is just... Vellum don't know better, man. He doesn't know dwarven brews and the potency of them to their full extent. But yeah, he'll get one and head on over to the table. Assumedly they've...
There you go.
Oh, cool. Handout. Cool. I was using the DM for notes. Wonderful. All right. If I pause at all, I apologize. I'm getting my words together in my head, and I'm a little bit off. Okay, sorry. Back in character. He will wait for her to get a few good swigs in, obviously, and partake himself, as it like.
It burns your throat.
Want to try and no-sell the bluntness of it, because I don't want to seem like a namby-pamby in front of fucking Mara.
I'm pretty sure you're drinking something akin to 90 proof alcohol.
Probably.
You feel
Everclear, the medical grade alcohol. Best kind.
This is actually for wounds.
Yeah.
Disinfecting wounds.
Sir, that's for your hands, not for drinking.
So at that point, Mara just slams her spine down on the table. All right, go ahead, ask your questions. What do you want?
Well, as I mentioned, I'm not from these parts, and seeing as I'm taking on this new responsibility, I figure it best that I learn about the holes. And, well, you being a sort of, as I said, patriot, and from what I can tell, a very passionate ruler, I figure you'd be the best source to learn about your respective land.
She kind of pauses for a moment, in deep thought. My home is Farrenholm. It's been the home of my clan for the last 9 generations. See, we dwarves of the Highlands are hardy folk, untamed and wild. We listen to the winds and hear their call. No need for none of this. On this fancy technology of the Eastern clans that bends the nature to its whirlwind. When all you need is the cooperation of the nature spirits and natural forces. See, the earth, the storms, the winds, they have our backs.
Respecting nature and it'll respect you.
Aye. All this talk about emergency powers because of a few cultists. You know, you'd be surprised at how many threats we face up in the northwest. Harpies, wyverns, hordes of greenskins. Our foes are many, but we hold our own. See, none can match our noble eagle riders. And we dare read, go ahead.
And no small feat. I've tangled with the likes of harpies and whatnot, and they're nothing to slouch at.
Aye. You see, we even beat back Malinis herself from our home and freed our people. Freedom. It's far as I'm concerned, that's an ideal worth dying for. It's an ideal that all too often gets swept to the wayside for homely comforts and security.
People do forget that sometimes, that while comfort is nice, being able to do things freely and follow your goals and dreams is not often thought about.
Aye. See, my father once said that any dwarf that eschews freedom for security deserves neither. With this,
Sounds like a wise man.
Wiser than most. And the way this country's going, I'm probably going to die on my feet rather than live on my knees.
I'd say it's a sound way to live. Though on less morbid matters, culture is a big thing. You said that your people respect nature and value the freedom of doing so. Sort of taking a bit of a swig of his drink and holding back the bitingness in the throat. Everyone has something they can boast of, whether it's fine craft or particular way of doing things, but what else is there at Farrenholm? What sets it apart as its own identity?
Farrenholm, it's one of the oldest holds there is. One of the first that migrated away from Dune's exodus of the Actici Empire after the War of the Broken Chains. Perhaps as old as Dune Hollow itself.
Quick out of character question. Would I know about the thing with chains? Sorry. I immediately forgot what the phrasing was as I was putting it in my mouth.
The War of Broken Chains.
War of Broken Chains, yes. Would I have any sort of ambient knowledge of that? Like proxy knowledge, or is it something niche?
Best you can tell, it's when the races of the humans, the dwarves, and the halflings rebelled against the Actici Empire. The Empire of Giants about 2,000 years ago.
Okay, I assumed as such. So I'd have like the rough knowledge that most people would have about major historical events. Okay. Certainly ancient and carrying a great deal of ancestry.
Aye. And with that ancestry came the reverence of all the natural elements. The storms guide our backs. The eagles guide our wings.
I know it may not seem like it, given how I dress and how I act in the meeting. Take another a swig, not like a chug, because he's still trying to adjust to the strength of the brew. But I know a bit of something about respecting the nature of things. Back west, if you didn't respect the desert and its heat, and the sun beaming down on you, it didn't last long.
West, eh? You're from the dynasty.
Sorry, stretching. Just because I'm stupid, the dynasty is referring to where Vellum's from, right? Because I've heard a number of names of being called.
Westward would be the Tahosian dynasty.
I meant east. I said west. Why did I say west? No, I came west from the east. That's what I was going to say. I'm very sorry, Tanner.
There you go. No worries.
I'm very out of it.
Yeah, it's okay. He's just a simple smith. He doesn't know what.
He knows direction. Come on.
He doesn't know.
To be fair, you have also been drinking hard liquor.
Yeah.
That too. I'll say it's the liquor having a bit of an effect. But my brain was trying to say out of my mouth that he came west from the east.
There you go.
Anyway, back in character. No, sorry. Getting my words muddled. All that fancy talk at the meetings had me getting my words mixed up. I came west from the east. Sorry. over the scene.
She kind of smirks a bit, kind of slaps your shoulder very forcefully. She's got some bit of strength to her. And she says, "You're a bit of a greenhorn with that alcohol, ain't you?"
Well, usually when I'm drinking, it's to get drunk, and I don't do it very often, so casual drinking like this isn't really my bag.
Very offensive to dwarves.
I didn't catch that, and I'm probably glad I did. But yeah, a lot of reverence for the sun over there, and while it's very religious in nature, it doesn't change the fact that we respect that element of life all the same. Plays a big part in our culture over there, so at least I can say that I understand a bit of what you're getting at.
Hey, I thought you looked like you're of Alshamic faith, right, lad?
That I am. A little bit unorthodox, but I'm trying very hard not to take on the dwarven accent because I'm talking and listening, and then... sorry. I'm a little bit loopy. I'm gonna probably keep apologizing now and again. Anyway.
Zabel, it's fine. Take your time and just go with it.
Deep breath.
No need to apologize every single time.
Yeah, it's alright.
Okay.
You're fine, so just relax. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ, mate.
I'm getting a little bit... back to what
Are
I
you
was...
drinking in real life too?
Yeah.
It's tempting, I do have mead some. Anyway, getting back into camp. I'm of the unorthodox faith, but I still respect the sun and what it can do to you if you're not careful. In fact, I don't know if you do know of my crafting exploits, but I do make use of it in my forging. I hold that much respect and reverence for it.
Interesting. You know, we dwarves might be of different feathers, but our reverence for the forge goes down to the roots. But I have to ask, you're of Alshamic faith. I've read up on my history. What's your relation to that Inquisitor, that Azure folk?
I'm back.
Well, I haven't known him for very long. He was brought along to help in the rescue of Her Highness from the depths, and during that time I've gotten to know him, at least in some small way. He's very trying to find the word. I'm trying to use words that are not flower.
Would you say he's opaque?
Energetic about his work. Very much the purging variety. But he stuck his neck out for us more often than not, and even though I didn't care for him at first, imagine why, he still was there to help when it was needed.
Said that I've read up on my history. Do you not remember why the Alshamic Crusades happened? Are you not in the least bit suspicious as to why the High Chalice wants more influence into Mealand? The Commonwealth's
I'm much on the same page as you are. I have no love for the Commonwealth, not even a little. And as confusing as that might be, why I somewhat supported the action, I'll say support in a very light way, I'm of the mind that, well, let me ask this. Would you rather see the snake in front of you, or just hear it?
I'd rather stamp out the snake altogether.
My point being is I'd rather know what they're doing and have eyes on them than let them play around in the shadows. Way I figure, if I may get back to sort of business, since we've drifted onto that, having these soldiers here, it may be troubling, as you might have put it, but at least you can keep an eye on them and stop them from doing anything shifty or nasty to the lands you're in. At least that's my way of thinking of it. Swig.
She also takes a swig. Once again, slams down her stein.
Can we get another round over it?
The barkeep nods. The barkeep nods and prepares a couple more steins. Mara just kind of thinks to herself for a moment. You know, everyone thinks it's the crown that leads the Commonwealth. But who do you think pulls the strings of the Carthan crown, eh? Everyone knows it.
The shifty folk in the religious sects, if I had to wager.
The High Chalice, eh? Everyone knows it. No one's brave enough to say it out loud, lest the Inquisition make it disappear. You see, the Commonwealth's been trying to expand their territories for decades. As far as I'm concerned, these recent events have provided them the perfect excuse to get their foot in the door in Mayland.
Well, much as I know all too well about how they'll take what they can get if nobody's looking, and out of character, there's that sort of undertone of, you know, the whole mountain incident. It's not a great situation to be in, and I agree with you on a lot of what you're saying. But being too confrontational with someone so close nearby is not going to be great for anyone. After all, if they did really want to, they would send forces in as something less than bolstering forces. You catch my meaning? And, well, I don't know the full picture. If there's as many problems in Mayland as has been said there are, why don't we just throw them at it instead of risking your own forces, yeah?
Go ahead and make a persuasion check, and this will be using your what was your courtier thing, feats.
Oh, elegant courtier just gives me a certain. Yeah, I'm just gonna just think.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah, it's just a passive thing, but I like playing into it as a role-playing aspect.
Yeah, this is definitely.
It already applies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't know the Vellum's bag of holding had samurai level.
Oh, I had the wrong thing enabled. It's secretly a second samurai.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, this is important. I'm going to use inspiration.
All right.
Top vein. Persuasion. Opa! 21.
All right. Maybe it is just the Commonwealth seeking to further its own interest in the preservation of its own nation. If so, I'll expect that their troops will withdraw once these threats have been extinguished, but I'm not confident in that assessment.
Well, if they try sticking around longer than they're welcome, I'm sure you'll be happy to chase them out.
Aye. I know that Farrenholm will not be taking much of any of their aid. We are more than capable of holding our own ground.
Well, if there's something you don't want to risk your own men at, then, like I said, chuck those soldiers at them. Let them deal with the problem. Let them take the risks.
Maybe. Look, I love Mayland. I really do. I want to see it blossom as an independent nation. It took us since the end of the War of the Broken Chains for us to reach this unity. Whole territories have warred and ended wars with each other, but we've never had conflict with a foreign nation. And the age of Mayland has shown itself here today. This unparalleled period of peacetime has made us all look It's made us all soft and complacent. Nations rarely wage war with troops and soldiers anymore. It's all influence and favours and backroom deals and hurting morale. And a war can be won before the clash of steel is even a thought.
Can't say I'm fond of it, but given the history of things, war can change places, usually for the worse, but always in a major way. And Mayland has a lot of potential. I mean, I've only travelled it a short while, but there's a lot here to want to hold on to. And don't get me wrong, if it were me, I probably wouldn't let them Commonwealth lot in, but much as it pains me to say, the decision's been made, so you may as well make the best of it. After all, you'll be making the rules if you do decide to take any troops on. You'll be telling them what to do and keeping a good eye on them.
Maybe so. I think Mayland is being invaded by the Commonwealth under the guise of foreign aid. This is just the first step, but I could be wrong.
Well, no reason you can't plan for both.
Aye.
If they stick around too long, you boot them out. Like someone overstaying their welcome after happy hour.
Oh, and I would take much pleasure in doing so. Lest they feel the wrath of the storm. Anyway.
Less business, back to drinking.
Right. 2 more.
And Vellum's gonna get another one? Was that 2 more for them, or 2 more for her and her lot?
2 more for both of you.
Alright, well, he's gonna polish off the rest of his mug, considering there's another one coming. Not want to look a slouch in the drinking department. Let me know if I need to be making constitution saves at any point, by the way.
Go ahead.
I was just about to say.
Yeah, just go ahead and make a constitution saving throw for me, because you're
Alright.
You're not a dwarf, you don't have a hardy liver.
Oh, that was with advantage still on. Sorry,
So,
that's 22.
22. You do manage to power through it.
Gotta earn that dwarf respect by handling your brew.
And you can definitely see her attitude seems to have softened towards you. You know, you can start to see through that hardened Iron Lady exterior that she presents.
And hopefully that will smooth things over in the long run. But for assumedly it's like evening at this point, because obviously we had like the 8 hours in the day and then we had the meeting. So I suppose Vellum will probably be spending the rest of the evening drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Just, maintaining the positive relations made today.
Indeed. Alright, so moving away from Vellum as you spend the evening just talking with Mara, getting to know her a bit more. What are the rest of you guys
stories,
doing?
all that good shit.
Oh yeah. Let's see. What are the rest of you guys doing? Should we go to Liska?
Sure.
Alright.
So, last time on D&D,
Indeed.
Liska had that weird fucking premonition, ghostly bullshit with the ring, and she's just like, okay, let's go and provide that information to Tora. Be like, hey, BT Dubs, the ring's being weird again. Just thought I should tell you.
Okay.
I love how you just throw in BT Dubs as a slang for Liska. It's just
BT Dubs.
That was me. That was not Liska saying that.
I mean, she said bonjour, saying BT Dubs is too far out the realm. Real.
I know you're saying it, but like whenever you say something that Liska does, it just strikes me how often you actually say, BT Dubs.
Man, probably. I don't think about it, so I'm not cognizant of it.
Language is a fickle bitch.
You making your way through the palace. You do find Tora, who's currently speaking with looks like Hayden, Sean, and Brator. It's kind of approaching them down the hallway. The sound does carry out their conversation. You hear. There we go. You see, they seem. You hear the name of Siren being mentioned. You hear Sean say down the hall, I'd like to take some responsibility in some of this. It's through my influence that she was sanctioned. Needless to say, she wasn't very fond of being branded, so I pulled some strings and sent her a sanctioned signet ring. An option reserved for only the most trusted sanctioned necromancers, yes, but at the time I believed she had earned that trust. Recognised that I trusted her too much in her capacity to abide by the Accords to do some good in the world. And I'll accept the consequences of that. Needless to say, I'm disappointed in not just Siren, but also myself. You hear Brator say, "Hey, this was a shock to many of us, and a betrayal of trust. I will say that these three, the three that we met in the meeting earlier today, they should not bear the brunt of guilt by association. Mr. Hayden Sean, I will task you and your affiliates to work with the Assembly to mete out the consequences for the breaking of the Accord. Your licenses and protections are to be revoked, and a fine issued for every violation, as is the law." Sean replies with, "Very well, I will speak to Sarah Salmonwood. According to my sources, Siren played a role in the events of Cliff Spire, my king. We will cooperate with any investigations as necessary."
Are they done, or...?
It's at that point that you do approach, and Tora turns around, gestures for a moment for her father to wait for a moment as she talks. She makes her way over towards you. Liska, what's the matter?
I just thought that I should inform you that, given just how things stand and whatnot regarding the ring and the other facts, and she holds up a hand with the magic Ashbite ring, that it happened to, there was a weird voice or whatever with it, so just thought that I should tell you something. Like it activated. She says with like quote fingers.
Give me your hand for a moment.
She does.
He takes your massive hand, kind of examines the ring for a moment. There's a flash of divine light and a hum of energy, and the ring seems to respond in kind. And she takes away her hand, almost as if having just been burned. Right, okay. This is a situation has developed. It seems that Ilara is out of the picture for now. Unfortunately, she's exhausted from the events of this last week. Woke up in cold sweats last night, crying about nightmares. I think the torture she faced at the hands of those dark priests really got to her. Thankfully, I think there are others who might be able to help. Come, follow me.
Well, weren't you and your father going to do something?
I think my father has his hands full right now, but I will be able to help.
Okay. Well, lead on.
She as she kind of leads you through to the main hall. She begins to kind of flick through some pages of her tome, trying to find some incantations. It looks like she speaks as she does. Now, let me explain how this is going to work. I've only done this once before, during an expedition into an ancient tomb near the Morbog. See, I was assigned a small team of tomb delvers. One of them managed to uncover some sort of dusty old helmet. It was right nasty looking, I tell you. And one of those numpties had the bright idea to plop it on his head. Turns out the helmet had some curse on it by wrought by a vengeful warrior seeking to protect his possessions in death. The helmet itself was very powerful magical, as it turned out, but made the poor lad blind. And in order to take it off, I had to remove the curse. From the helmet lest I take his head with it. I removed the helmet, but the curse remained on it. Thankfully, the lad was no longer blind, but whatever had him at the time did not like that. And some sort of malevolent spirit fled his body. We managed to kill it, but whatever magic was tied to the sheet still remained in the helmet. Basically, what I'm saying is that if we go through this, I can help in getting those items and that curse away from you, but the curse is still going to be present on the artifacts themselves. And something is likely going to apparate out into the open. It's my assessment that due to the power of these artifacts, something powerful inside of them. And we're going to have to physically fight whatever's got a hold of you to sunder those bindings.
So what you're saying is we need to throw it into the fires of Mount Doom.
She gives you a peculiar look.
Sorry, it was a book I read one time, long time ago.
Oh right, the one with the Brotherhood of the Halflings, right?
Yep. That was it.
Right. I've
crazy wizard that was obsessed with people flying and all.
Regardless, I don't know if even my magic will be powerful enough to remove the curse. I've heard of certain rituals that can do so, but I know of none. But we can remove the curse from you. But in doing so,
I'm fine with that.
That would also remove your attunement to the item.
Oh, well, if I have to choose between wearing cursed object and not being cursed, I will probably go with the latter.
Well, that would probably be a wise decision, like I said, we're going to have to find other people that can also help us. Where did the rest of your allies go?
Probably back to their places of stay. I can get a few people from the Hunter's Keep if that is an issue.
Perhaps someone you trust most, I think.
I mean, I trust everybody at the Hunter's Keep.
Very well. I suppose it's your choice if you wish to find some hunters or your allies. I've heard that that Angrim fellow is a rather skilled He's a skilled clerical individual. We might be able to use his help.
Oh, is he? I haven't really talked to him much at all outside the brief times that we interacted in the siege.
Hey, I think his help might be necessary.
Okay, it seems if that is what you suggest. I'm
Right.
not the magical type. I just fuck shit up.
And that's what you do best. Right, let's go. We need to find them quick.
Okay.
That,
So you think that we're going to be fighting?
that's best thing I can surmise, from my experiences.
Okay. Well, I might as well get my gear while I'm at it. And do you think after we remove the curse from me, that we should try to destroy the items? I feel like why leave cursed objects around, you know?
It might be worth considering.
We have the fires of a volcano, so it makes sense that we should be able to melt it down.
I suspect items as powerful as these were made not to be melted nor broken.
You'd think that.
Well,
If you get fire hot enough.
it's worth a try. Don't see why we couldn't try. But if it doesn't work, we'd have to come up with another strategy.
Alright, well, let me get my gear, and then we will, I guess, find this Angrim? Angrim is what you said?
Aye, Angrim. At least that's what that's what my father told me prior to the meeting.
Okay. Well, do you want to accompany me to the Hunter's Keep to get my gear, or?
Very well.
Okay. And Liska is gonna go outside and flag down one of those rickshaw carts or whatever.
Yeah. The sort of ram-drawn carts, make your way to. So just mark off a silver, and just make your way towards the Hunter's Keep to grab your gear.
Alright. Yeah, so Liska's going to get armor, shield, weapon, and yes.
Alright. As you follow her back out to the Hunter's Keep, you feel a cold point against the base of your skull again. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Eight.
Oh no.
Iska, you feel a deep, what can only be described as a deep hunger, like nothing you've ever felt before. Sense of fear. Whatever's inside you can sense dread, a threat to its own existence. And a voice creeps into your ear. Dwarven flesh right about now sounds delicious. You lurch forward and snap your fanged teeth just short of Tora as she yelps and ducks out of the way. Your eyes clear from their sort of blackened, sort of a onyx blackened state that they were briefly just in, and you realise what you just tried to do.
Man, I really hate mind magic.
Okay, we're getting that thing out of here. No.
I mean, that's what we were planning. No time, no reason to panic, Dora.
You just tried to bite my arm off.
Well, it's a good thing you're so fucking short then.
Let's just fly down a cart. I'll
casually walks outside. It's like, this is second nature to her, it's fine.
Yeah. Tora just pays for the cart this time. And you all begin to make your way through the city. It's at that point, Arngrim, Grunker, and Saoyun. What are you doing?
Well, I think I remember last week that Ongrim and Grunka was heading to the kitchen.
Whereabouts? Is it just in the palace, or?
I think so.
Wherever I can get a kitchen.
Okay.
Man. Why sell for less than the royal kitchen?
They have
Okay.
everything, you know.
You head out into the streets and then realise, why are we walking away from the palace that has possibly the most packed, stacked, and refined kitchen that there ever was? And because you now have the royal seal, you have free access to the palace.
Wait, I can go wherever I want. Lad, no, lad, turn around. Fuck,
What?
you're in. We're going to the kitchen. The palace kitchen. You wouldn't believe, they have the mulberries there. Oh, they have everything.
The power he now wields, finally realized.
Alright, so
The
you...
legendary cast adamantine skillets. He pulls off his cast iron from his belt. You see this, lad?
Yeah.
It's nothing compared to what they got in... Oh, you're gonna see.
Oh,
You're gonna see generations of seasoning.
it's all.
Oh,
Generations. Seasoning that gave birth to other seasonings, and then those seasons gave birth.
yeah. Legends say the skillet is so well seasoned. Over generations, flavors have combined together to make things that don't exist. I wanna taste it.
You know what?
I love Ongrim.
Yeah. Sounds good.
So,
You should get all your friends. I'll cook everybody a banquet. Where's all the folks? What with the God, I forgot his name. Where's the idiot that swung around the big heavy sword?
Oh, Vellum.
Bellum, that's his name.
Yeah.
What do you think, Varric? He looks like a Varric, if you ask me.
Varric. Yeah, maybe. I haven't met the Varric, so I wouldn't know.
Let's get all your friends, my old friends. Let's get everyone together, and I'll cook us something nice, and it will be a good meal, and I will make you fat and happy and tired. You have plenty of stories to tell, and I wanna hear them.
Yeah. Let's see. Vellum went that way with what was her name? That angry dwarf lady.
Oh, Fairborn.
Yeah.
Nope.
I think-
Nope.
I think he
That
went
is
with
a ball of sass and fire and passion and danger.
Yeah. Well,
there you go.
I know. He did sleep with some pirates, so maybe he's into that. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. There was something
I thought he's one
about.
of them celibate desert people.
I mean, I wouldn't know. I mean, you can only. Maybe it was only that because there wasn't really anything interesting in the desert.
Ah,
So it wasn't like
not eating, not cause no
No.
appetite, because no food.
Yeah. 'Cause it wasn't like
I getcha.
what do you call it? It wasn't like voluntary celibacy.
Ah, yes. We have a word for that, but we're not allowed to say it. It's just very strong curse word.
I see. Well.
Men have lost beards over that. That they have.
I'm sure. It's I wouldn't want to be called one. But yeah, he went with her. Liska went in there somewhere. They got pretty sure what she was doing, but she went towards the well, I don't know what the runes are called, but she went that way at least.
Alright, tell you what. Let's start off with the inn. That's a good place to go. We'll grab Vellum.
Yeah.
Where did Sayun go?
He kind of looks around.
Where
don't know.
where did Sayun go?
I'll be honest, I don't recall where I said she'd go.
I
think
I think
I think it was
they
something like
you were with Arngrim and Gronka already. Last I recall.
Yeah, I think that's what I recall as well. Also,
Yeah.
don't forget that Vadmir is with as well.
Yep.
What?
Sorry.
What?
Something about Vardmir?
Yeah, I said Vadmir is with them as well because
Okay.
Vellum said for Sal to look over it.
Okay, so Vardmir is with
Yeah,
you.
because Vellum was going off drinking. Can't take a
Yeah,
child to a pub.
Gronka!
Yeah.
We left him back in the palace! We were busy gabbing and just walked off!
Oh yeah, we did. That's dumb. We should go
Listen,
get him.
a good conversation takes precedent. Alright,
Yeah, it's
let's
true.
go back. Let's get him. We'll go off and we'll have some merry chat. Go find the others. We'll grab Vellum from well, hell, whatever water holes he's at. I'll have to search him out to try and find him.
Yeah,
And then
I mean-
we'll
Yeah, there's quite a lot of those around here, I'm guessing.
it will be a great burden to take, but I'll be happy to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, he went like that way. I'm not sure like how far or where, but
Well, we'll
Actually,
just have
we-
to check every bar along the way.
yeah. If you went that way with her, she's pretty big, right? She's a big shot.
I see, yes, she's a queen. Probably
Yeah.
one of the nicer
That's
ones.
It's pretty big, yeah. Massive. even.
I would say so.
Is there like any real like fancy ones in that direction?
It depends how far you go into the inner districts, but
That's
there's quite a few.
Yeah, maybe we should check the fancier ones first and then go like down in quality.
You know, I really want to go to all the bars and just drink the beer, but for time's sake, I'll just ask a guard which way the queen went.
I mean, there's still plenty on the way.
Well, if you're offering, I won't say no.
No, I mean, walking's thirsty work.
You're right, we don't need a cart. Let's stretch our legs. He kind of stands next to you. He's 4'2", so we're about the same size. Alright, lad. Let's grab the others and go find that sap.
Yeah, let's go do that.
Okay.
All right. So, you do begin your you do ask a nearby iron guard which way Mara Freefeather went, and he points you towards the direction of the Bronze Quarter. This would be the sort of main market market quarter of Dune Hollow. And eventually, after asking a few guards a few directions, while also making a couple stops on the way to into a couple of dwarven dive bars.
Essentials.
Of course, essentials. And you do find one tavern which looks like it has a few very very kind of hardy mountain guard around the exterior, but these aren't Dune Hollow mountain guard. These are These are Farrenholm mounted guard. You recognise these, Arngrim. Sort of a eagle crest on the chest, on the pauldrons, on the belt as well. The distinct marks of Farrenholm.
Probably should have thought of that. You know, the guards. If she's big.
I would say well, it's not nice to tell that to a lady, but
isn't it?
You're right. She is kind of big.
Yeah.
But I didn't say that. Alright. Well, she's got the guards, and since we did make a manner of getting them, we're gonna turn around and look up to Sao Yun. Are you ready to go inside?
Yeah.
So just looks down, because she kind of has to, and then just sort of gives him a sort of mixed look like, Arngrim, I am this close, and she basically holds up her, thumb and index finger together.
Mm-hmm.
I am this close to wanting to just get drunk and pass out for about 2 or 3 days.
That's a great dwarven tradition. I just wanted to ask, because last time you went into a bar at the capital, I heard something bad happened. So I wanted to make sure you were all, so he reaches up to punch you in the shoulder, misses terribly, and just hits you in the fucking hip. Good to go.
I'm about as good to go as somebody who died in the past 2 days, but fair enough. Let's go.
Alright. And for you, as he points to Valimov.
What?
Well, that's a bower in your little thing. So
Don't
only one.
Don't worry, I will keep an eye on her.
What? Mia has never
Alright.
tried beer before.
Never
First time
tried.
for everything.
Arngrim.
You're about to? As he
Arngrim.
just beelines. No!
Alright, you
There he goes.
You make your way into the tavern. A couple of the Farrenholm mountain guards take notice of you, and go. They both go to sort of stop you, but they recognise who you are, seemingly, and let you inside.
Yeah. He's gonna stand there at the doorway for a minute. Just be very still. Slow look, left to right. Hard expression on his face. And then throw his hands up in the air. Hey! Rounds on me!
The few common folk already in the tavern just sort of look towards you and give. Hey! There is an immediate upbeat atmosphere as you hear this, Vellum. Both Mara and Vellum kind of look over their shoulders towards the entrance to see Arngrim's jolly flushed face bursting into the room.
Just like midway through his story, it's like, and then V and I went into these crates and jumped up. What the fuck's that? Wait, that sounds familiar. Is that you, Arngrim?
Is this one of your friends?
Yeah.
Aggressive waddling.
You're
Elbow
approaching
smack on the table. There you are. I've been looking everywhere for you, as he poke in the chest. I'm gonna cook you a meal.
I'm pretty hungry right now. I've been having a great few drinks with a good lady here. And then takes a swig.
You're arse-faced.
I'm not
Look
that
at
bad. You would know if I was shit-faced, believe me. I just got a good buzz going.
Hey, a good buzz, he says, as Mara just kind of elbows you, and it hurts. That's going to bruise in the morning.
Sao is
Well,
just giving
thankfully,
a
due to
look
the power of
her.
alcohol, he doesn't feel it.
Sal's just giving a look to Arngrim that just tells him Vellum is more or less lying, but also telling the truth. Like, he is this close.
He's not shit-faced, he's just drunk. Very fine line that can easily be crossed.
I see.
I could use a good feed. Think of it.
Well,
So palace, yeah. Since you're all
Palace.
fancy now.
I have the best qualifications. And you, my queen, should come along sometime, and if you want, I can show you how I earned me hat. As he pulls up the chef's hat.
Are you coming on to me?
I'll consider it.
Out of character question. We've been talking. It's been like, how long would you say at this point? A few hours?
Maybe a couple of hours.
Couple hours.
Yes, since the meeting.
Not extreme, but still enough to get like some good conversation going.
yeah,
How much
yeah.
rapport has been built in that time? Just swapping stories, generally good vibes, all that business.
She seems friendly towards you, not inherently.
Not overly.
Not inherently distrustful anymore.
That's good. I wanted to know that for twofold. First, so I can leave knowing I've left a good impression. Secondly, so that inviting her along doesn't seem. Well, I mean, drinks all well and good, but a good meal, and Arngrim knows how to cook. If he's gotten better since the last time I've seen him, then he can do you a good meal right treat. And that was his drunken attempt to be like, come along, get some food. He does good shit.
Go ahead and make another persuasion check. This time with advantage because you brought up your rapport with her,
And also, Arngrim already asked.
and that as well.
Well, he said sometime. Vellum's pushing for immediately. 'Cause he's about to go cook anyway. If anything, I'm reinforcing the friendliness of
22.
Arngrim. Oh, thank God for advantage.
Well,
Better than your last one.
I am getting a bit hungry. That fire brew will do that to you. All right, come on, boys. She kind of gestures towards her guards, her entourage. Head back to the palace. Yeah,
Hope you can cook for 5 more, Arngrim.
alright. This'll be a nice little warm-up.
As
with
Vellum
that-
sort of stands up, he's a little bit wobbly because he's basically been sat down the entire 2 hours.
Yeah.
Getting drinks to the table. Gotta move over.
Here,
No,
up you go.
it's really good to see you, Arngrim.
It's good to see you too. It's been a long time. Are you still flailing around that big sword like an oaf?
No, I've learned a thing or two since then. I mean, I still got the old sword. I made it, and it's good stuff. But I found something better for me, and just a better way of fighting. Keeps
Sal
me
sort
alive
of
longer.
coughs a bit. I found for you.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, did I say me? I meant we. Either way, Sal found some real nice for me to use, and things have just been going better since. It sounds great, you know that, right? She's just amazing, so smart and stuff. And it's gonna be good to have a cook around again. You should come with us next time we leave.
I think he
I
is.
think I would. Little old Grunka here, said it would be if we're going in the same direction sometime, and I might happen to maybe have a drinking buddy, and I might be able to tag along.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking of forcing everybody on vacation after the shit we went through, but either way, any travel is gonna be good with somebody like you about. Just a good, upstanding bloke who knows how to cook and hasn't got any
Well,
schemes going.
Vellum,
Yeah, yes, sir.
Why is Vellum talking funny?
Because he's
Why is sort of leaning into Will?
Light cider!
Why is Vladimir? This isn't a place for kids.
This
would
is
you rather
exactly
we
the
let the
place for
talent?
kids.
I mean,
Put some sideburns on her. Isn't that right?
No, just keep an eye on her. I'm a little out of it. Just, I trust you. Keep an eye.
Vladimir, I think she already has sideburns.
Sao just looks between, the idiot group, and then just looks to Grunka and just, sometimes I feel like I'm talking to kids.
Look, I'm allowed to have a bit of a drink. I'm fine. I'm fine. Just, I trust you to be sensible and smart, because you're sensible and smart, and
Sao just points to the bar where, the different glasses have been.
Oh, the table's probably full of tankards by now.
Oh, the table is
Unless we've got like a big jug for the table.
full, fit to spill over in the short period of time of 2 hours.
See, I like the thinking that instead of having like a jug of water at the table, for dwarves you just get a jug of regular ale. Like regular for a person, and that's the equivalent of the water jug.
Oh yeah.
Just a carafe of Michelob Ultra. Might as well be water.
Yeah. Was there that many when we started? Either way, I was swapping stories with the good lady, making things good and smooth, and yeah.
I'm sure you were, but still, you're trying to drink with a dwarf.
I mean, I did pretty well.
Good on him!
I'm not.
You did well, except I can tell you're about one drink away from not being able to walk. So let's get some food in you.
Good. I believe you, and I will have no more drinks.
I didn't say you shouldn't have any more drinks. I just said you should wait.
So, we going?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Cider
He's
for
out
the
the door.
road. You're gonna grab the cider quickly from the bar and push it into fucking Vladimir's hands. Yep. Sip slow.
Wait.
Sweetest apples of the land.
Velm's already out the door. I can't say. Luckily.
Vladimir thinks she does not like the taste of alcohol.
To be fair, it is a bit of an acquired taste for non-dwarves.
She gives a grimace on her second sip and just sits down the tankard.
Oh, they'll get better. Ah.
Andre. Ease them slowly.
That's why with the sweet cider. All right, hold on.
You're coming or what? We're fucking hungry.
Yes.
Vladimir just skips alongside them and is just out of the bar.
1, 2, 3, 4,
You're gonna ruffle Vladimir's hair, not
5,
too aggressively, but very much.
9 people. I thought there'd be more. Oh, the big one. Where's the big one?
Where we came from.
Likely at the keep, the hunters keep.
You beginning to make your way outside. You see, right as you say that, you see a cart rushing along the street with what looks like a very large blue mounted folk in silver plate and Torah.
Oh, would you look at that?
Hi, Liska! We're gonna go have some food at the palace. When you're done, come meet us.
This is like the most blatant drunk yelling the typical drunk yelling you've ever heard.
Going to the cache for a donut.
Basically, yeah.
We're gonna go to the chippy.
The most expensive chippy in the world. In the royal palace.
Gonna get a kebab.
He's not being horrendously awkward.
Yeah,
Is he drunk?
Yes.
Oh, he's shit-faced.
Is this like, are they still moving? Is this a drive-by?
Drive-by condensation.
They're still moving. Tor just shouts out, "We'll see you back at the palace."
Hey.
Right,
Say-
that's decided. Let's go. And just again ruffles Vad being his head. You're good. And then off he goes.
Was that English?
No.
No, it was trade.
What's English?
Wait, no. Fuck. Was that trade
Only
talk?
the drunk get to break the fourth wall.
No.
There you go.
So I think the closest thing you can get to it is baby talk, but
It's. Yeah.
He literally just said, "You're a good kid. Let's go."
Yeah, but it was all
yeah.
slurred and shit.
Slurred and shit. Yeah, it's hilarious. I love it.
Right,
Yeah, Grunker kind of.
off we go.
Grunker kind of twirls the cider. You drink too much of this, your tongue kind of,
Vladimir
makes a
does
knot
not
on
want
your
that to
mouth
happen
and
to
you
her.
can't speak.
makes it like. It's like if you hit your head really hard, makes you all like dizzy and
Oh,
stuff. It kind of
it-
makes that for your tongue.
It makes you stupid.
Yeah. Makes
But-
your tongue stupid.
It's fun.
Yeah. It's like a game, but for your brain.
Exactly. It's like playing a game.
That seems
We
very
like to call it
unhealthy.
second liver's reprieve.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Grunker takes another sip.
All right, you spent.
Great.
You kind of. Do you want to hire a cart or just go there on foot?
I mean, Vellum's waddled off. I don't know if anyone's going to stop him to get a car.
He's already
but,
got. Make sure he doesn't get lost.
Sao is gonna
Hey,
rein
let him walk
in.
it off.
What? Oh, right. Yeah, the ram carts, ramshackle.
Let them.
Oi!
Yep.
Twat!
Shush.
It's this
Yes,
way!
Just
You,
at this
you
point,
got it
Sao-
now.
At this point, Sao literally just places a hand on Bellum's shoulder and just has a firm grip and just says, "Follow me till you get to sit down. I will tell you when. Just shut up and follow me."
Okay.
You go it. I'll follow you anyway. And he does like a sort of drunken salute. Because I actually did that while I was talking without realizing, so fuck it, it's canon now.
So, gonna hire a cart. Just someone just mark off 1 silver.
I mean, I'm gonna mark off a silver, but I was tempted to make a roll to see if he accidentally mistakes silver for platinum.
Oh no.
Go for it.
Fuck it. I'm gonna do a brain
oh, no.
a brain
Oh,
check.
no. What are you doing
That
with my
would
money?
be wisdom.
Or
No.
int.
Ah, lucky this time. If it was below 10, I was gonna go platinum. So he
Yeah,
does
yeah, yeah.
hand
I feel
over.
like if you're drunk, it should be a disadvantage. I'm just saying.
I agree.
Yeah, it should be 10. Okay.
Ah, just barely.
Just narrowly succeed that.
Just like he's fishing in for his coins, he pulls out a platinum piece, just stares at it. Oh, that's wrong. They both look the same color. Puts it back in, takes out silver piece.
It's the one that's less shiny.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's shiny.
Yeah.
Platinum's weird.
Yeah, flip the silver to a nearby cart driver, making your way
Toss a
back
coin to you.
towards. Sorry.
Sorry, I was making a joke. Carry on.
You flip the silver to the cart driver, and you begin to make your way back to the palace. Let's put you back on. There we go. Alright. Let's go back to Liska and Tora. Tora looks you over Liska and says, "Right, you got the axe, alright?"
Yes.
Okay. Where are they?
Well, I mean, it's in the rooms that we stayed in the palace. I can get it real quickly.
That might be best. As you make your way off towards your room, Tora sees the rest of you come into the person. She comes up to all of you. Hey, you lot. There is not much time to explain. One of your friends, Liska, she's been cursed, and we're going to need your help.
Sao just looks at her for a moment, and then just holds up a finger. Let me take a wild guess. It's related to the Ashbite.
Yeah, it was related to those artifacts that we brought back up.
I called it. I knew this was gonna happen, but
I was hoping she wouldn't put those on, but live and let learn. Hindsight 2020.
I'm gonna just take a bit of a guess again and say the axe, isn't it?
I think it was both the axe and the ring. I'm not quite sure.
The ring? Oh boy. This is... Why is it nobody ever just thinks a bit about, oh, it's a ring and an axe, from an ancient evil king? Like, why do you put it on?
Sometimes curiosity gets the better of people.
Oh, I get it. Curiosity gets the better of me very much, but just for a moment, like, to kill people to think, like, yes, this person was literally evil, like, no questions, evil.
Aye. See, these artifacts were once used by Nogdur Ashbite III to the Cannibal King. He got that moniker after he devoured his own daughter to stay in power. She was next in line for the throne, you see. So some say he was driven mad. Others say he was always mad to begin with. I think it was whatever's inside these artifacts that's caused that cannibalistic madness. And now I think that's gotten a hold of Liska. She's just tried to take a chunk out of my arm while we were in the Hunter's Keep.
I'm sorry, she what?
She tried to bite my arm off.
Sao just looks over Tora for a moment and she'd be like, aye, she needs to get that off now.
Aye, I agree. Which is why I think everyone here should get their armour on, and perhaps any weapons they've got, just in case.
Okay. Done.
Unarmored defense.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Alright, this comes back.
Alright. At that point, Tora looks over all of you. Her eyes fall upon Arngrim and says, Arngrim, was it?
Aye?
Do you know how to remove curses?
I know much of curses. Would you like the list?
I think just the ability to remove curses will do. I can also remove curses as well. I think we might have to work together on this.
Alright. But first...
Aye?
Yes.
I need a drink. I'll see you in an hour.
Wait.
If you're gonna deal with curses, you have to have a drink. And besides, as he lifts up the hammer, and sort of also grabs the little vial of gold, but puts that away. I need to take some time to prepare myself.
Alright. Liska, how do you feel about that?
Shit.
I mean, I don't care. I'm doing fine.
Alright. Then lead the way, Arngrim.
Lead the way. I'm lead to where?
Is it the kitchen you're looking for?
He is.
I was gonna go chug a pisser, and then I was gonna try and figure out how to make this thing work, as he's gonna lift up the thrower. I found earlier that it doesn't quite work if you don't just, you know, do the as he kind of embarrassedly glances to Grunka. If I'm gonna kick an arse, I might as well use it.
I suppose that brings me on to my next point. We're probably going to... Well, if we're going to remove this curse, best I can surmise it's going to probably bring out some sort of evil spirit. What the nature of that spirit, I have no idea. I think we need to be bringing it out into some place that's not going to cause a ruckus. Some place that's isolated away from everything. I was going to suggest the wine cellar.
Oh, there's a lot of room for important collateral damage there, but if I have to spend some time in the wine cellar attuning to an item and preparing, I guess I can find a way to keep myself busy.
She gives you...
Well, no, you don't have to. You don't. It's my burden to bear. You can don't talk me out of it. I'll do what must be done. All right, I'll see you in the cellar in an hour.
Well, we're all
I nearly
going...
forgot. My only experiences with curses are either speaking them, not necessarily words of power, but just, you know, fuck yous. And the few I had to break down in the mines, I've encountered not necessarily removing souls. My only practice is, well, severing the bindings a person has to an item. I know normally you can just take them off, and cursed ones won't let you. I've never dealt with any apparitions. Is that just part of it, or is that only if you want to remove the curse from the item as well?
That's best I can tell. This only happens with particularly powerful curses, particularly powerful items as well, as we're dealing with here.
You know the stuff of legends, usually.
And this, best I can tell, is a very powerful curse. This is some This presence is one powerful shite, I'll give you that.
Is it possible to sever the attunement without releasing this spirit? Because I'll be quite honest with you, I'd rather not have to fight a spirit in an item if I don't have to. Just because, well, there's always the chance for some other form of possession. What if one of us gets possessed by one of the things, and we don't have a means to get rid of it? Then our only option is to, well, kill the lad.
Well, best I can tell, the spirit, the spirit would remain bound to the item, wouldn't be able to possess anyone else, and not unless that person puts on the item as well. After it being taken off.
Right, so we'll remove the curse of Liska. Attunement breaks, but the item remains all magical. Some spooky scary's gonna pop out and try and kill us all, or possess one of us, or do something. I don't know, maybe maintain control over whoever they have. And then we try and destroy it?
See, I've tried this once before with a small expedition out in the Morbog. Discovered a cursed artifact, and some numpty decided to stick it on his head. We managed to break the curse from that poor lad, and also remove the item from him. The presence remained in the item, but it manifested after likely some sort of last-ditch attempt to maintain control over this over the person. I think best we can tell, this thing's gonna lash out. It's gonna be angry that it's separated from its host. Some sort of last-ditch attempt.
I'd like to find a way to break it without having to fight that thing. There's just... This is, these are the relics of those who shall not be spoken.
I do have a spell, an incantation. The eggheads at the assembly call it banishment. I could attempt that.
I too have it. It's not ready, but I have it. From my understanding, if the thing you're trying to expel is from here, doesn't say like some wizard's conjured elemental, it just reappears. I don't think that would work. Not really sure, can't we? Tell you what, before I go attune and get this lovely little gift to work in, may I see, Liska, what you're attuned to? This cursed item.
Just this. And she holds up the ring.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah. Also, I was thinking, just an offhand kind of thought, but they only activated when they came within like proximity of each other. Could you perhaps put the axe somewhere else, kind of locked away, or just, you know, some distance away, try to remove the curse on it or just dispel magic, and maybe that will break whatever it was that connected them together again when they got close?
Is this to Tora or Arngrim?
Both. This is just a general, like, open question to the clerics.
I'm not sure.
The thing might be possible, but I'm worried because of the nature of these artifacts' history that it might not be so easy to break. And the reason I'm very concerned about even dealing with an apparition and trying to just avoid that is that if this truly is the spirit of those who wore it, then it is something that is of absolute grave consequence and is very, very bad. And should by
You
no
don't have to
means
tell
be
me.
within the capital. Yes.
I mean, well, it's in the capital. So,
Yes, but I don't want the spirit out in the capital.
well, that's what we're trying to kill it when it, like, if it comes up. That's why I'm armored and have weapons, and why we got you. Maybe not him, and she points to drunk Vellum, but the rest of you.
It's fair. Very Vellum, but it's fair. Alright. May I see the ring for a moment?
She just continues holding her hand up.
Okay.
You see an ornate, crafted ring in the shape of a horrific dwarven skull biting into what looks like an orange pearlescent gemstone.
And you put that on, looking at it. Yep. Okay. No, that's fine.
Really easy, actually.
May I borrow something from the palace's supplies?
What is
But
it?
again, I do want to, like, how about, well, while he gets that, I'm gonna go return the axe to my room, or just put it somewhere else.
That might be wise. If the spirit is connected to it, might be able to manifest power from it.
And yeah, so Liska's gonna go back to her room and find just like a random lockbox. And
All right.
I'm gonna
put it in.
gonna try and acquire some valuable incense and like 4 strips of ivory
Okay.
from the palace.
Tora is more than happy to show you where that sort of stuff is stored.
I'm going to use some rather pricey things. You can keep the ivory, but the incense, of course, is going to be burned after about 10 minutes. And I'm also going to learn a bit of forbidden information that will help us. So,
Hey, what's your plan, Angrim?
I'm going to learn the legends of this item and see if there's any aid we can have from it. Figure out exactly what's in it, weaknesses, any secret stories.
Hold on.
And it might have some detail for us.
You're talking about that one spell, right? Legend lore?
Exactly.
I've had my father badmouth it a lot because of how lazy it makes people, but never actually heard of anyone using it.
Your father's a bit of a fool, no insult intended.
He's a traditionalist when it comes to strategy warfare.
Well, that's fine. The fact is, most of the history of this has been scrubbed. It's a dark artifact with a dark origin, and dark... It's just wrong. There's a lot of bad to it, and honestly, no one person should probably possess any of them. We had some things buried away, but we couldn't get them all. This will let us know even long-forgotten secret tales. Might have some important information on what we're fighting and how to defeat it. The more we know, the better. Mitigate the risks and all that. So that's my plan.
I like that
Any
plan.
opposed?
Not I. More we know about
Sorry.
this artifact, the better.
Need some incense between about 200 or 300 gold's worth of value. It's quite pricey, but this is a very important ritual.
Aye, that it is. Here, let me show you. And she gives you. She does show you the location of where such materials are stored within the palace. I mean, yeah, it's the royal supply. You can find practically.
Yeah, that's what I figured I would be able to find
here.
it.
Yeah.
Alright, so for time's sake, he's going to get a 250 gold value incense, and he's going to borrow, which is consumed, and he's going to borrow 4 ivory strips worth of 50 gold each. And from that, he'll go off and he'll begin to set up a little runic circle to be able to do this sort of thing. It's a 10-minute casting time, but before that he's going to take an hour to attune to what he has. So if anything goes wary and wrong, because we know the spirit manifests and it's not supposed to do that, maybe legend lore might do something similar. We don't know. So he's going to, for the safe side, make sure he's combat ready before he even does something that could potentially summon it, you know?
Okay.
And then once that hour of attunement for his little short rest or whatever is done, then he'll, once Liska has prepared herself and everything, and everybody's in position and Velm's had some time to sober up after that hour, then he'll go ahead and do legend lore.
Okay. If I might suggest something, we possibly do this somewhere isolated within the palace, somewhere that's not that we can easily lock up, should this thing attempt to escape.
That works quite well by me.
Right. You begin.
While you do this, I would like to take a short trip to a marketplace for a brief moment. If you...
Okay. Easy enough to do. You make your way out of the palace into the city proper. What would you like to buy?
All I really need is a bit of lead.
How much?
Let me just double check because it's been a long ass time since I've had to make ammo.
Mhm.
So I have to double check.
It's
the
2 silver
is,
per pound.
I need. About 1.
1?
Let's just go with 7 golds worth.
Okay.
Mostly because I need to. I need to have some so I can make, bullets. But it's odd that you mentioned 2 silver a pound because mine here says that I can make 10 bullets per 1 gold of material.
Oh, right, okay. So I'm looking at the Dungeon Master Assistant's D&D 5e metals thing. You probably have yours different. So okay, go ahead and a gold's worth of that makes how many bullets?
I need 7 golds worth which is 70 bullets because
okay.
I'm not making 150 again.
Yeah. So just go ahead and mark off 7 gold.
Yeah. I do need a long rest to make them, but yeah. I have other means.
Okay.
In the meantime, I just want to make sure I have it, but I don't forget it.
Yeah. So, are you taking a long rest to craft these, or are you just making your way back to the palace?
I'm making my way back to the palace. I'm not missing this shit.
Alright.
And for note, Vellum is still following Sao because that's what he was told to do.
Alright, so you all regather once more in the palace. Arju, you have your materials for the legend lore ritual, and you begin following Tora through twisting tall, immaculately carved corridors down long flights of spiraling stone stairs, and Tora leading the way, dismissing any mountain guards that kind of respectfully question her presence as she makes a beeline towards the wine cellar. Liska, there's another overwhelming sense of dread that clouds your mind with hunger. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Alright. I'm gonna use inspiration for this one. Because I can. Hey,
Nice.
Yeah.
Your eyes
23.
cloud over with a pearly blackness, and you look over towards Arngrim's shiny bald head, a delightful, succulent egg, and you resist and fight back the urge to clamp down on that shiny head with your teeth. The darkness fades from your eyes. Tora makes a slight detour to ask a nearby mountain guard for the keys to the wine cellar, which are handed over, and eventually, after descending a flight of stone stairs into a basement area, you come to a large wooden door which is unlocked by Tora, and she kind of ushers you all in. Quick!
Muting for just 1 second.
So Liska, kind of feeling this sudden uptick in shenanigans from the spirit curse, whatever the fuck, is going to look to Tora and or Arngrim. It seems that it knows what is about to happen, and it is not too keen on it happening. Can I perhaps get some, I don't know, spiritual guidance or something while we wait for this to happen?
Aye. I'll help you with that.
Roundabout way to ask for just continual guidance.
Yeah. Tora seems to notice the look in your eyes, and she.
Or does guidance actually guidance doesn't work on saves, does it? It would be like blessing, like.
Well, oh, actually, no. Tora doesn't.
Yeah, it would be bless.
Tora doesn't even have fucking guidance. Shit.
So yeah, it would.
That's
be
okay.
bless.
It would have been bless, and in the meantime, well, that's pretty terrible. But I have finished the runes on the ground since you went off. He's been here the time.
Yeah.
Because he had to prepare. So if you will please step inside my circle.
Is everyone else around? Like, is the group, is the gang all here?
Sa will be in a short moment, mostly because she went out, then came back.
Likewise with Vellum and I don't know what I feel like Vadmir might be sticking with whomever is safest at the.
You're just standing there with an empty cup.
just like a red solo cup, just watching.
Yeah.
Keep it all this hoodoo voodoo, probably insane. Going.
I hate the mental image right now I have in my head, but I just picture Grunka with like a sippy cup full of cider.
Sippy.
Hey man, sippy cups can't spell. Removes party fouls.
They'd be perfect for somebody with 3 fingers and giant fucking hands. Right.
But yeah, so Liska is just. Can we just wait a second for everybody to be here? I mean, I'm sure I could take it, but I don't want the rest of you to perhaps be caught unawares by random cursed creature.
Oh, no. This will be perfect for you. They can get in position. This is to help you guys.
Alright.
If you'll just step inside me circle. And with...
Should count your blessings. Most men don't get to say that to me. And then she like steps inside the circle.
Tora kind of leads Liska towards this central circle in this inside of this enormous stone cellar, larger than most you've seen in any kind of tavern or inn. It's dimly lit with torches and lined with enormous kegs and barrels of different high-quality dwarven wines and ales. The smell of alcohol is overwhelming. There's shelves stacked with glass bottles and crates stacked in the corners. The ceiling itself is approximately 15 feet tall.
There's enough alcohol in the air to make an alcoholic be like, I can live here.
It's funny you say that, because Arngrim is already at a nearby valuable cask, and he is cracked it open as he's filling one of his mugs from its tap. Ah, yes! And pulls out a vial of water and dips it in. Alright! And he's gonna go around the circle that he's carved on this ground here, or sprinkled with dust, what have you. And he's just dipping his fingers in, and over a minute he's going around to each rune, splashing it with the holy alcohol, and saying a few different dwarven and giant words onto the runes. And with the final bit, he takes the rest, and he throws it right at your face, Liska. But instead, goes around Naui Dome as he's finished casting Magic Circle.
Nice.
And I have it inverted. So while she's inside the circle, anything that comes out, he's going to target undead. So if there's an undead spirit that comes out, it can't leave that circle.
Why do you have the wine cellar map ready, Jenner?
Can't imagine why.
Just in case.
Yeah, just in case drunken shenanigans.
How many maps do you have, just in case?
Just in case.
Good answer.
I like to think that this wasn't prepared for combat, it was prepared for us being shenanigans. Chasing people through the cellar, it's like, stop drinking the cask! Never!
Circle over that for me.
So was that?
Can somebody draw a
circle
banner?
to that size?
Oh, right. Let me just, I have a thing for that. Give me a second.
Cool.
Why did that not do that? That's weird.
There you go.
Let me just. Yeah, there we go.
And move to back. There we go.
So you
Alright.
kind of have to squeeze underneath the massive kegs to draw the rest of the circle, but you managed to do it.
Alright, lass. While you're in here, you won't be able to be possessed. So for now, you should be fine. But now that you're taken care of, I'm gonna take a moment. I'm gonna figure out exactly what we're working with. Is that fine by you? I'm gonna have to touch your hand for about 10 minutes.
I could not care less.
Okay. Will you do me a favor and please sit down? I cannot reach your hand.
Makes sense.
You are what we technically refer to as fucking massive.
True.
Thank you. Alright, and with that, I am going to cast Legend Lore. And
Alright.
here we are.
You begin to summon a sort of a divine swelling of sky blue light into Liska. And as the light surges through her, seeking a source to latch onto, you see it roll over her body like a wave until it finally hones into her finger. And your fingers are kind of forcibly splayed, Liska. There's a bright beacon of sky blue light that surrounds your finger. And Arngrim, your vision goes dark. You see flashes, memories, not of Liska's, but memories that may be tied to this ring. It's a darkened chamber. The flash of light as a hammer strikes an anvil. Another flash of light. A second hammer strike. Then you hear a deep, deep rumbling growl. A flash of light off in the distance, illuminating some sort of deep, dark cave. You feel yourself wiping the sweat from your brow. You see another flash from in the darkness. This time, the flashing of binding runes. The sound of chains rattling. You see some sort of outline of a creature. It's a bulky, lumbering creature with the gait of a gorilla that almost takes on the form of a massive lizard-like toad with blackened scales. Difficult to make out details, but you see spines across the back. And as you finish hammering across a runed anvil, you notice the runes on the anvil. They are cursed runes, blackened, tarred. The anvil itself is kind of caked with blackened tar-like material from the sheer corruption across its surface. And then, as you hold up the ring that you finished forging, glows bright red in your fingers. And as you hold it up towards the creature, there is an almighty shriek as the creature seems to dissipate. Almost like a dissipates into a dark mist, like ink that's been scorched into how would you describe it? It's a sort of a whirlpool of like water going down a plug hole, and it seems to get sucked into the ring itself. There is moments when you recall to yourself, Arngrim. You've heard rumours of this particular forgeman, that seemingly you were looking through the eyes of. He and some of his followers were exiled from Mayland altogether after the fall of Nogjo Ashpite III. Bron the Blackened. He was always treated by Clan Farrickson as a stain on their history, and his existence is often shrouded and shunned to a shameful secret. Apparently Bron the Blackened may have escaped across the Ironsgate Wall to the Tahosian dynasty, where he and his followers lived out the remainder of his days in a series of ancient sunken temples, where he made pacts with dark beings. And you gather the creature you saw may have been not undead, but some sort of aberration. It's difficult to pinpoint the type of creature, but a name comes to you. Some sort of name of a type of species long since banished from this world. Many, many millennia ago, since the world's beginning. A Slard. Creatures born from stories told by those terrified of death and what may lay beyond the veil of death itself. Certain fables that warn about disease also featured creatures similar to Slard, but don't name them outright. According to legend, the Slardi are said to be extraplanar in origin. Some madmen even say that they are relentless children of an old god of chaos, death, decay, and disease, and unsatiable hunger. They are also said to reproduce in much the same way, by implanting humanoid hosts with eggs or by infecting them with a transformative disease called chaos phage. Each Slard reproduces or transforms in a different way, constantly evolving with each iteration until they reach the ends of their life cycles as Death Slards. Blackened, corrupted creatures with dark scales. With each transformation, the Slard retains its memories. Even more frightening still, some Slardi can transform into humanoid creatures from which they were originally spawned. Your vision comes back into a dimly lit cellar.
Oh, that is. This is very foul. It's not the spirit of the unspeakable. Some strange creature called a Slod. Some foul, hungering thing seeks death to consume. It's terrifying. It's powerful. Some think it even the child of a god. Whatever it is, its essence, its being, was taken as a wisp by an exiled kin. Sucked into this ring through tar and dark magics. I don't think the circle will stop it. Maybe stop possessions, but not that thing.
I
have to be very careful.
Tora says, I had long suspected that it wasn't the cannibal king himself that lay within these artifacts, but something else, something that possessed the cannibal king to do what he did.
Do I gain any information on Slods and any weaknesses they have, since I do have a bit of information on the ring itself and its lore?
You do know they're not very wise creatures. They are sneaky, yes, but mostly bestial, hungry creatures of instinct. They are well, aberrations are not beasts themselves. This type of slot seems very powerful and very, very hungry. You do know that they are capable of regenerating wounds, and in some cases can be powerful spellcasters.
Okay. This thing, there's no circle that can stop it. It's an aberration. It just won't work. This one is a death slod. It might even be a caster of sorts. We must be very, very careful here. I don't think anything we can do will be just an ace in the hole. More importantly than anything, we must kill it quickly, because its wounds will come back. Almost like a troll. Thankfully, like a troll, it's not too smart. They're daft, primitive creatures. Like sharks, apex hunters, but flip them upside down, they're paralyzed. Don't know if that'll work here, but you get what I mean. If we have a way to hold it, might be able to do something.
Sao is visibly thinking for a moment before she speaks up. I think I know a way to such a thing. Granted, it was used on your father. Sao gives a gesture towards Tora. But I could possibly make something akin to it that would have that desired effect. Take a while to make, but could possibly do it.
Don't know if we have that much time. Nothing we can do to stop it from possessing Liska. We need to move fast before her mind is taken.
Sao just turns to look at Liska and then looks back to Arngrim. I've seen her go toe to toe with the Beholder. I would like to see this thing try.
Very well.
Tora says, So what's the plan? We bringing this thing out and kicking its arse?
I don't know if we have a plan. Could be any different.
Well,
We ready?
Probably not. No other option. What else?
well, if we're doing this here and now, could we spare a day's time? At least 8 hours.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be real here. I was not expecting to fight anything today, and I am plastered.
Glad you finally came to your senses.
Oh, I mean,
Listen, this thing is trying to get Liska to eat us. No.
I'm out of bullets.
Leave if you want.
You know what?
I think the second you do whatever you're gonna do, it becomes everyone's problem.
Or do you have lesser restoration ready?
Let me check. She kind of flips through her books for a moment. Aye, I do.
Alright. I'll slap Velma across the face with it.
Maybe don't actually slap me.
What?
Alright. Kind of
Just go
Slap him.
She kind of squeezes past you, Liska. Pardon me. Alright. Velma, if you don't mind kneeling down, you're a bit tall.
Do we want to move some of these?
Alright. And down he goes.
She kind of plants a gauntleted fist on your head, and there's a there's a blast of radiant energy as she casts Lesser Restoration.
Fucking Willem getting bonked.
Yeah, everyone's so rough with Vellum. Poor boy.
Can Liska, while this is happening, move some of these barrels out of the way? Because,
oh, sure, hang on.
like, just like move these ones over here and these ones like over here. Because Tora having to go through. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry to do that to you, Jenner.
Yeah. Give me a sec. A bit of improv here. Okay. So which ones are you moving where?
These ones. What is it? Wait, what does it do? Oh, because they're 10. All right. These ones over here, and then these ones over here, just to open up space, you know.
Okay. So
Because if we're gonna have a combat, I'd rather not have people get it bottlenecked.
yeah. It's we'll just ignore those. That's just normal terrain now.
Yeah. If you can't control the enemy, control the field of battle.
There you go. Thinking like a tactician.
Yeah. I've had to plan for a character to fight a pit fiend alone. So
Oof.
Delightful.
I love these barrel doodles.
Always have them handy.
Barrel doodle.
I'm just gonna ignore the fact that there's a giant stain on the ground over here with Sao,
It's
in case it's not gonna cause her to, slip.
I imagine they would keep their cellars very well. Holding. They wouldn't waste good alcohol having it leak.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
it's
make
wine.
good fucking use of my
Dwarves.
Thundermonger now while I still have it. So fuck shooting bullets, I'm shooting lightning.
Okay.
I just gotta move a lot of shit out of the way. Give me a sec.
Sorry.
Yep. Oh. You made me do this. Let's go. Fuck you.
You did it to yourself.
All right. So we'll say that area is just those crossed up barrels. That's just normal terrain now.
Cool.
So you are no longer drunk, Vellum.
Hooray, I can be competent in this mini boss fight.
Yeah. Hope it's mini.
I like that, our esteemed guest is upstairs waiting for food while we're fucking about down here.
Mm-hmm.
Did not expect this day to go like this, if I can be real.
I don't think anybody did.
Nope.
I was expecting to just break attunement, there we go, do some other stuff, give you guys some gifts. But nope. Welcome to combat.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, it's flavorful for a powerful ancient artifact.
Fucking
You know what?
slut.
This is just gonna be like, yeah. Hey, at least you said Slav, not Slav. I was worried for a moment I had to kill a friend.
Yeah.
Fucking Slavs.
Sikoblit!
I mean, I have a Polish friend that very much does the fucking Sikoblit thing as a meme, but also with seriousness while DMing, so take that as you wish.
Yeah, please give them a Russian accent.
God.
Okay, so the moment is apparently at hand. Tora looks towards you, Arngrim.
Well, I'm ready if you are.
Hey, we're going to have to do this at the same time. Let's get this bastard out of there.
To remove curses, eh?
That, or I can channel the essence of mine into yours.
Kinky.
Okay. Bad.
Ready in action to swing at whatever horrible nasty comes out.
Alright.
Right, I'll leave it you to channel then.
Okay. With that, she grasps at her necklace and holds a hand out towards Liska's hand. Mumbles a short dwarven prayer. Right, here goes nothing. Hold on to your arses. Get ready.
Kruka's gonna rage.
And with that, Sao points up her gun with, notably, a funny-looking device hanging the underside of the barrel.
Oh yeah, Grunkus can activate his like little mind gem as well.
Okay.
I still have mine up. Nobody has said anything.
Yeah, I mean, I hope you
Oh,
didn't
right,
sleep.
that thing. Fuck it, precautions and all that shit. I'll put mine back.
Begins to chant. Duri dun. Kanar Karkazat. Mur Daningar. Duri dun. A blaring glare of sky blue divine power surges into Liska, which lights up the chamber like the sun for the briefest of moments, and the shockwave of divine magic hits you all at once. There is an angry shrieking sound heard alongside an ethereal tearing sound, much akin to Doctor Strange's astral self getting punched out of his body. You see a massive cloud of dark smoke has been forced out of Liska, and also likewise you watch you feel your hands are forcibly splayed, Liska, a dark cloud manifesting in your hand. You feel as though your hand has become an entity separate to you. Your arm shoots out, trying to grasp at anyone nearby to make an escape. And as the divine magic engulfs the ring, it emits the high-pitched shrieking response, forcing all of you to cover your ears instinctively. Then, ping! It shoots off of Liska's finger and flies down into the darkness. Ting, 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 ting. And lands right near the desk behind you, Vellum.
Oh, no. Just gonna scoot.
You see a crackling energy begins to wisp off of the ring itself as the dark smoke forced out of Liska. A vaguely humanoid shape standing at least 11 feet tall, crackling with necrotic power, and a massive void opens within it, some semblance of a central torso, and it seems to solidify. You see jagged, sharpened teeth, a hungry maw.
Oh, sorry.
A hungry maw, dark spines protruding what appears to be a black, partly rotted, scaly flesh. As the smoke further solidifies, you see a bulking, lumbering creature take form with a gait of a gorilla, similar to what you saw in your vision, Arngrim.
Oh, here comes the Death Slot! As he's frantically shaping some clay in his hands.
No.
And swing.
I would like everyone to roll initiative.
I believe that does trigger my readied action. I readied an action to swing at the first nasty I see, and he is a nasty, and I see him. Sadly, a 13 probably misses, but I took the chance. Like myself.
Man, I wish the nat one was 17 initiative.
It makes sense that he has an actual 1 for his initiative. Because he's just playing with clay.
Ooh, this is making a sculpture.
Oh boy, he has 22.
I'll roll death.
Man, the map is doing a weird thing where whenever it pings to the death slot, like the lower half of it disappears.
Half of it cuts off. It's weird.
Yeah, that's the problem with Roll20 zooming.
I didn't see it.
You just scroll it back up.
No, I just need to zoom in to stop it. Alright.
Okay, so first up is the Death Slod. Immediately, the creature raises up a massive set of claws from the black smoke, which seems to dissipate around it. You can now see it in its truly terrifying full form. I need you to make a charisma saving throw, Liska.
Alright. Boop. 14.
14. Alright. You'll watch as Liska vanishes into a whirl of black smoke.
Oh no.
Fun stuff.
Liska, your vision falls dark, and a cold, hungering chill engulfs your form. And a shattering pain racks your soul, and you feel yourself pulled, torn in two. Your vision slowly comes to. And through a haze of fuzzy vision, you can see through what looks like a fish-eye lens. You cannot feel your arms, your legs, your body. You just feel existence.